let me talk about MakeDoc a little bit. So technically, what MakeDoc is and what it does. MakeDoc is nothing else than a documentation tool, providing some automatically generated documentation and code review and analysis of some TIBCO projects. So basically, Rory mentioned Javadoc or PyDoc. So it's similar. It generates a documentation which can be then used or exposed somewhere or shared with your coworkers. On the input, MakeDoc accepts enterprise archives or source code from the file system, or for example, a code which is placed somewhere in a Git repository or any other version control system repository. This can be adjusted. And then MakeDoc takes this code or enterprise archives and it produces a documentation in various formats by its purpose. So it is a printable PDF or editable Microsoft Word format, and also HTML and Markdown formats, which can be shared within the internet. And this makes MakeDoc very useful in larger companies. So technically, MakeDoc features can be divided into two layers. At the bottom, you can see which products are supported. Its benefit is obvious. So you can have the documentation available from one page, even for multiple projects. So you can imagine the situation that, for instance, in BusinessWorks 5, you don't have to open, if you have 10 projects, you don't have to open TIBCO Designer 10 times. You can use MakeDoc generated documentation from one page, and you will see all 10 projects documented, within one interactive web page. So this is similar to the Javadoc, and supported TIBCO products are Business Events, BusinessWorks version 5, 6, and also BWCE. And then iProcess and Active Matrix BPM. And last but not least is Enterprise Message Service. Icons on the top, or items on the top, indicate analytic modules, providing some smart extra information, which is the added value of MakeDoc compared to the raw documentation. Static documentation was clear, and I believe. So let's talk about those analytical features of MakeDoc one by one. So the first one is repository analyst. What it does is simply it compares two different versions. So you can imagine that you generate documentation from one version of your source code, and some other day you will generate a updated source code. So you will get another snapshot of your environment or your projects. And then you can take those two, let's call them snapshots, and compare them. And MakeDoc will show you visually all changes. So what was added, what was removed, and what features or configurations were changed. This is very useful in many cases. I'll be talking about some use cases later on. So let's jump into other module, and this is quality assurance. Quality assurance provides you a code review. So basically, you have your source code, your projects, and then you MakeDoc has implemented a set of rules. If you combine your source code with those rules and apply the rules on the source code, MakeDoc generates a report which contains or consists of a list of all violated rules, and then also provides you a list of projects they are violating some rules. And because we also provide a API to extend the existing set of rules in MakeDoc, so you can create your own rules based on your naming conventions or your needs within your development team. It provides the report provides also a list of invalid rules in case that you make a mistake when adding your new custom rule, and then you are not notified and you can fix easily the error, and that's it. So this module helps to keep your code or the quality of your code on a higher level. And last but not least is the cross-reference module. What does it mean, cross-reference? It simply shows relations between some TIBCO and non-TIBCO objects. So let me give you an example. You are doing an impact analysis and you would like to see all processes. They are touching a SQL table in a SQL database. So you know the SQL table in which database it is. And using the cross-reference, you can list all processes. They are doing any statements into this table. So in case that you need to change the table, either add a column or change the type, remove it, or change it in any way, it is very easy for you to see what's the impact of your intended change. And then you can plan to update your BW processes as well. Another use case is that you are doing some troubleshooting and you have a JMS queue or EMS queue, which is growing up. Messages are not being consumed. So what would you do? You can use MakeDoc. You can see all processes they are publishing, and also they are consuming or reading from that EMS queue, and you can review those processes. You can check them. So it significantly helps, when doing any kind of troubleshooting, even in production. So as we know, all features provided by MakeDoc, let's talk about how it can be useful, about some real use cases we are we are observing at our customers. So first benefit is that you have up-to-date documentation. You are providing your developers or other architects or other members of teams updated the documentation. They don't even need to have installed any TIBCO software. If they are looking for some information, they can simply open a web page with generated documentation and search for what they are looking for, investigate the implementation of processes or schemas with those SOAP actions or any other resources. If you have new members in the team, you can simply provide them the generated documentation, and it helps you when onboarding new team members. Using QA module, you can improve the quality of your code because you can implement the rules, checking and enforcing some of your standards. And if there is something wrong, if someone implements a process which is using, let's say, some connection resource and it is hard coding some timeouts, which is identified as a not a good practice, you can use a rule which shows you all shared resources. They are using hard-coded timeouts or any hard-coded fields, and then you can fix those mistakes easily. If you use MakeDoc as a part of the pipeline, which Rory mentioned, MakeDoc can maintain the entire history of your changes. So you can review what was changed from the previous version using the repository analyst we talked about. I already mentioned improved troubleshooting when using the cross-reference modules and also the impact analysis. And this everything leads to a higher productivity. And when I mention CI/CD, MakeDoc, it provides also a command line utility, so you can include it into your pipelines very easily. All right, and let's talk about some options we have for MakeDoc. So basically, we have 3 licenses, 3 different editions. The first one is Developer, which is Eclipse-based GUI. It is usually used by architects or developers. They need to generate a documentation just by themselves and use it in a certain way. The other one is Server Edition. MakeDoc runs somewhere within a server. It provides a Jenkins-based GUI for the configuration and management and administration. And it can produce HTML documentation, which can be published within your intranet. And then we have also a lightweight container edition, which can be used, for instance, as a GitHub action, which I believe Hugo will show you how it works. I mentioned also supported products. So just a quick summary: BusinessWorks 5, 6, and Container Edition, Enterprise Message Service, iProcess, and BPM, business events. And if you are interested in this tool, you can contact me directly or using any of sources they are shown on the slide.